Hey guys, the Oppo research has begun. The attacks have begun. California Democratic politicians have decided that they're going to not talk about the issues. They want to talk about personal stuff. A little ironic in this race. This is for California's 25th district, if you haven't heard yet. Look, it's painful every time. And it's painful for two reasons. One is that the stuff from 20 years ago I did right. It's true. And it's embarrassing. It's terrible stuff. Like, I look at every time I read it, I cringe, right? And they want me to talk about this stuff. I know. I know all the tricks. But I'm not a regular politician, man. I'm straight up with you 100% of the time. And I'm also human, and I care, right? So now they got some new lines of attack from some videos, etc. And they're like, oh, I mean, some of it is just absurd. They say I'm against Muslims. Well, that's going to be news to my family, and it's also going to be news to the right wing, who thinks I'm the biggest Muslim apologist in the country. As I said in the Arab caucus at the California Democratic Convention over the weekend, I said, there ain't nothing to apologize for. Muslims are 100% American. Jews are 100% American. Immigrants are 100% American if they're American citizens. Not 99%, not 90%. What's interesting is, of course, all these things come because they can't argue on the issues. Their chosen candidate is not as progressive as I am, doesn't want Medicare for all, doesn't want Green New Deal, doesn't want to end the bribery in Washington. Now, when I talk about the bribery in Washington and I name Democratic leaders, it makes them furious. That is why we have this full frontal attack right now on me. And it's to be expected. I knew it was coming. I knew that they'd dredge up the same thing, by the way, that the right wing dredged up a couple of years back. So they're the ones who started this in the first place. But again, on the things that are legitimate, I'm willing to answer that over and over again. On the things that are illegitimate, I'm not surprised. So at the end of the day, guys, don't let anyone distract you. If you're in the 25th district, one person is clearly more progressive. The other one doesn't even want to talk about the issues. One person says, I'm going to fight like hell for you. The other one says, I'm going to take my orders from Democratic leadership. And that's why Democratic leadership is now rallying to her cause and rallying against me. Wouldn't they, though? I mean, if someone points out, hey, your campaign donation from ExxonMobil or Pfizer or Lockheed Martin is a bribe, and when you take it, you're corrupt, of course they're going to attack me. So that's why I'm not surprised. But as you'll notice, I'm telling you, from now day 3 of the campaign to the last day, they're going to want to run from the issues as much as they possibly can. And I'm going to run to the issues. I'm going to run to the voters. And I went there this weekend and I asked them what they want. It was great to listen to that. It's really important for me. And if they think they got a better case for a more progressive candidate, fantastic. If they think they got a case for a bigger fighter than me against Republicans, fantastic. Last thing I'll end on is there's this great irony. They're now saying he dared to criticize Barack Obama. Well, that's true. I criticized him from the left, and I did it often. On many of those things, like don't drill in the Gulf. By God, at least do the public option. At least, right? And he didn't do it. I was right. And if you think, no, Obama was right, we shouldn't have gone for more change. We should have done drilling in the Gulf. We should have done signature drone strikes where we didn't know who we were killing. Okay, then you vote for conservative Democrats. You ain't never going to vote for me. But I'm never going to change my positions on the policies and on the issues. I will defend it to the end. So now note the irony. Apparently, I'm too progressive for criticizing Obama. I'm also too conservative for what I said in the past. So, hey, if you're going to do Oppo research, make up your mind. Which one is it? Am I too progressive or too conservative? And you know what the answer is. I am progressive, and that's what drives you crazy. Cenk2020.com.